introduced you.
This is the X, Y, and Z podcast. I'm here with my man Harry Fox.
What up?
And my man Dean Ira.
Call me Charismaless Dean Ira, please.
Charismaless Dean Ira. And today with the lovely, the beautiful Bylgia Babýlons.
Oh, stop it.
Aww.
The ginger in disguise.
Ginger in
the
disguise.
ginger in disguise.
And AKA B, I learned.
Yeah.
About
B
tennis.
is what everyone calls me except for Christopher. Christian. Chris.
Yes.
But do
Well, I
you,
call
do you
him
demand
Christopher.
people call you B because everyone's kind of retarded?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
It's a put down from the moment. It's like a...
Yeah, when I arrived in Scotland, pretty much, I realized immediately I'm going to need to come up with like a name that people can call, because no one can say my actual name.
Okay.
What were they saying?
Good.
Can you do a Scottish accent?
I cannot, no, not on purpose. I do it sometimes accidentally.
After the
But I
12th pint.
Yeah, exactly.
When
So I
you're
go full
just
blown.
after glassing someone.
Yeah.
There's a ginger inside me.
Well, that was pretty good,
That's
actually.
very good,
Very
actually.
Thank you. You don't want to hear that story. Drunk getting butt fucked by a ginger. Thanks, Mom.
All
Weird.
right. So the background. So you're originally from Iceland.
Yes.
In Reykjavik or...
Northern Iceland.
Northern Iceland.
A tiny town you will never have heard of.
Wow.
Fishy town.
like from... I've seen it on... Is it Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're from that village. Okay.
From that village. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Then I moved to the
They hunted
city.
Aquaman.
We did. We would if he.
Yeah, you would
if he
actually.
were around the country, we would. I wonder if
Spear that
I
cunt
wonder
down.
if you could ferment him. How it would be good.
Would you dry him out? Like, isn't that the way?
I'd probably like dry out some bits, ferment some bit.
Which bit exactly? His abs as a pillow.
Yeah, maybe.
That's where my mind went.
Oh,
The
really?
abs. Okay, yeah. No, you're lying. That's not where your mind went.
I'm not gonna do a fermented Aquaman dick.
It's
I mean,
going for some
Yeah. I mean, we
Jewish
do.
fermentation, like a little bit of foreskin in a...
We do ferment sheep balls, so
wait,
like
what
we
balls?
know how to ferment balls. So maybe we could ferment his balls.
Sheep
no problem.
balls?
No.
Oh, sheep balls.
How do
What?
you know? How do you ferment sheep balls?
I don't personally know how to. I've never done
You
it.
just buy them for Christmas, or...
Yeah. Like I've tried them, but I didn't like them. So
Do-
I've not gone back for.
Do they have like a
seconds.
percentage? Like this is 40% proof sheep balls, or like like vodka.
Yeah. No, because it's what it kind of looks like. I'll find a picture and show you later. It's like a brick. So like it's all the balls, and they're in like this jello kind of thing.
Oh my
Like
God.
mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
To make it
Curdled cum.
That
To make
makes
it
it
into
even
sort of, because
grosser.
then you can slice it.
yeah.
Like
oh,
cake.
shit.
And there's
And,
this
like, have
nice
a
squelching
slice.
noise. as
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
ah.
Exactly.
Does Iceland have a president?
Yes.
Is it a woman?
No.
Oh, okay, that would have made sense. Fermenting balls and
Ferment-
slicing them.
To be fair, like we've been fermenting the balls since like ancient times.
Okay. Mhm.
That's not new.
the first kind of travelers that got to the
Yeah,
island.
the Vikings, they were just like, well, probably after the Vikings, to be honest. I don't know.
We all have
After
blue
the
eyes.
forests went.
Actually,
Yeah.
having done absolutely no research on Iceland, were there actually people there before the Vikings? Were they-
Yeah, there were some Irish monks.
Oh.
People don't disagree if they ran away or if they got killed. There are
Okay.
arguments in the archaeology world
I thought
about
that.
that.
About...
Whether
Okay.
they lived or
I-
not.
I'm just
I
wondering-
mean,
I've heard this story before that there were Irish monks. And
Yeah.
it's just like they went from one rock in the Atlantic to a worse rock in the Atlantic.
yeah.
And the only rationale in my head was there was just two guys that were gay and they were like, no, fuck this. And
Because there is no, like, there are no traces of, like, how the fuck, or I didn't know that monks were, like, building boats
yeah,
and, like,
no, they're not
traveling
known
and
for
stuff. No.
boat building.
Like, how did they get there?
It's amazing what you can do when you're celibate. Like, I would just say.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
You did a lot done.
Yeah,
Fair enough,
that's
dude.
probably true.
When you have no woman make a lot of boats.
No.
you know?
That is a decent point, yeah.
But so okay, so
a lot of sewing.
but so you grew up in this little fishing village, basically. Is that?
Yeah.
How was that? How many people?
Like around 1,000
Okay,
when I was
wow.
growing up. I think there are more now. People keep moving. I don't know why, because it's shit.
But hold up, like, okay, Iceland doesn't have any Iceland, right?
No, we got like glaciers.
Glaciers. Okay, because I
Yeah.
always mix it up with Greenland, and Greenland's the icy one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
African. This is African education
Yeah.
right here coming through, as you can tell.
we were just laughing in the car over here. Our friend Chris Darwa confused Iceland with Finland the other day. And I was just like, yeah, that's what happens when you grow up in the colonies.
Yeah.
And I thought that he thought that I was going to slap him for it.
Yeah,
He was like,
really
I'm
worried.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He was really worried.
And okay, so you hang. And at what point did you realize you need to get the fuck out of there?
Very early, like when I was too young to actually get the fuck out of there. But I did eventually, yeah. I went to Denmark for a while when I was 18, and then came back to Iceland, did some school shit, and then moved to Reykjavik.
Okay.
Reykjavik. I've seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's a good
Wow. You are cultured.
Thank you. But hold on, I'm going to come from the perspective of our audience, because like Christian often does this. He's like, "Oh, we got a guest on," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Who is it?" And I still have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
Okay, but you're a traveling comedian. You're coming through town to do some Icelandic comedy.
like I didn't even know. Like I asked him earlier. I was like, "So what's like the podcast about? Like what are we?"
Oh no.
And he was like,
"Yeah."
It's
know.
mostly Christian talking over people.
"Yeah,
And
So-
then Harry with all
And
his
then every
charisma.
time you get in the flow, he'll yeah. carry on.
yeah."
That's
yeah.
your fucking job.
Just
Shutting up right now.
I should not be saying that. Okay, go ahead, Dean. That was
No,
that was
we're a
good.
podcast of facts, and it's nice to know that you're an Icelandic person.
I'm equally as confused as you guys about what we're doing, so that's
That's
good.
great.
Like we're all in the same.
Together we can resolve that.
Yeah.
And
No.
s-
But
Is-
what?
yeah, go ahead, Dean. Well,
Some
you were on the flow,
Hey.
Dean. You had a great.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the awkwardness that I'm creating here.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Dig yourself out of it. Come on.
Is this your first visit to Switzerland to do
yes,
comedy?
it is.
Did you know that there were people that were slightly funny in Switzerland?
No.
So this is the whole thing. Wow.
Yeah, this is a surprise. I didn't know you had a scene, and like knowing Swiss people, you know, I was excited to see gigs here.
It's not actually mostly they're doing it because it's mostly the expats and Christians
Yeah.
who want to be expat, basically.
Mhm. That's true. He's a
Without-
wannabe Australian. Is what he is.
yeah.
Good day.
Good day.
And
Mhm.
yeah.
That's interesting. I was wondering, because for some reason, for a second there, I felt defensive for Switzerland for the first time in my life. You know,
Yeah?
like I didn't know there was such a scene here. And I was like, "Fuck off, Iceland! There's just a
Yeah.
rock in the middle of nowhere."
Yeah.
How's the-
What's the scene like in Iceland?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh no, because if you were offended, then you know.
No, for Switzerland, because I was like, "All right, we have
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
scene, Mrs. Rock in the
Yeah.
Ocean."
No, like I've never met a Swiss comedian. I think that was probably
Oh,
just it.
fair enough.
Like you know.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
there aren't
it'll
any.
hard to find one too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Benjamin. Just kidding. I love you.
I will look Benjamin up.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that.
But there is quite a
Uh,
comedy scene in Iceland, right?
Yeah, it is new, like here. Like it started a few years before I think it started here, by the sounds of it. But it's small, you know, there are open mics and, you know, it's kind of a... And it's interesting because in Iceland, people go to stand-up shows, they treat it kind of like the theater. So they'll like get a little bit dressed up and they'll sit there quietly and watch the show. So when I moved to Scotland and I went on stage and people are heckling you, I was like, why the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
when I'm talking? Again, it took a while to like get used to that.
But that is the greatest response to a heckle ever.
like,
Just like exactly that.
What's happening now? Why are you?
I'm the one with the microphone.
Yeah,
and the
you
ginger.
realize.
Yeah.
But is it also like soldiers off the airbase or something coming to do comedy as
No.
well? Or it's purely
We don't ever like. I've never met a soldier of the airbase.
really
No,
They're
they're
not
all in
allowed out?
Keflavik. And
Too far.
yeah, it's too far.
That was the sound of two people who have no idea where Keflavik is.
yeah.
Pretending.
Did you notice my appropriate response? Just going.
Mm.
That was
Yeah.
it. Just a nod.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It's
I
so
forgot.
far. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, they're all there on their base with their cockroaches that they brought over.
Wait,
Oh.
okay, wait. They brought cockroaches to Iceland,
Yes.
and now Iceland is infested with cockroaches.
No, like they are in some parts of the city by now, but they're mostly in Keflavik
Uh-huh.
Wow.
because of
Fucking
the
Americans.
I know. Fucking bastards.
They have no predator. Do they also bring retarded cars with them? Like cars that with 5-cylinder massive engines?
What's a retarded car, Harry?
Like a
Yeah,
Mustang or stuff like this?
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those are cool. No, we didn't.
They didn't do that.
No.
The reason why I thought it is because where I was born in Germany, there was an American air base, and they used to import the most ridiculous cars.
Yeah. No, probably it's too expensive to import it all the way to Iceland.
Okay, fair enough.
I
And
think.
maybe not enough road. Is there? Do you have roads?
We have
Roads.
we have a ring road.
Oh, so it's kind of like Ireland.
goes like the
something.
whole
there's
round, yeah.
One, is it?
It's one road we have. Yeah.
Is it single lane or dual lane?
It's dual lane
Wow.
in most places. I
This is
think by
already-
now, pretty much everywhere.
They've recently put up signs for cockroach crossings, you know.
Yeah. Danger signs. Americans.
They should just walk into the fucking volcano.
Yeah, that's where Lord of the Rings happened, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
That's-
so.
That's Mordor.
This is great.
Yeah, my great grandmother is from the Shire.
That explains the hairy feet.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
When did you make the decision to move to Edinburgh?
Very suddenly. Like I had been wanting to move abroad for ages. And then one day I was just like, "No, fuck it." And I bought a one-way ticket. I'd never been to Edinburgh. Bought a one-way ticket, like binned all my shit and just left. Like in hindsight, it's mad.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I would do that today.
Why not?
I don't know, because it's,
You think about things now. Or
yeah, maybe.
how old were you?
It was 4 years ago.
Well, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, things change.
Things change. I think, no, I probably would do it again if it, yeah. I
But
probably would.
was it also a little bit like you were sitting in front of a map with a dart, and it was just like, that's where I'm going? Like Edinburgh to me sounds also a little bit random.
Yeah.
Why not London or something?
No, because I wanted to be somewhere where there was an active scene. That was also part of it, was like for comedy. Because like I was telling you, that I did a tour of Eastern Europe like 5 years ago. And the guy who booked it, I was booked to open it. And he was like, "You're the most expensive comedian we've ever gotten on this tour." Because getting off the island, like the flight off the island was so expensive. So it's also like coming, you know, more to
Yeah.
the kind of closer.
So there's no EasyJet links to Iceland?
There are now,
Hmm.
but it's rocky. We keep, we keep
It's the volcano thing.
Yeah, and we keep opening up airlines, and then they go under because we can't business.
Yeah, because
Oh.
nobody wants to leave the island.
Yeah, yeah.
Quick sidetrack of all our amazing discussions so far.
Mhm.
What's the history?
Fascinating.
Fascinating. What's the history of serial killers on Iceland? Is there any?
There's like an ancient one who was like
Just some
back in the
Viking.
day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
And he did it with an axe. Kill some people.
It's very
Dude,
specific.
what is? Do,
Yeah.
you, do you know the name? Is it like
Axlarbjörn. That's what it's called.
It's called Axlebjörn.
Axlarbjörn.
Oh, Björn. Axlebjörn. So, which means Bill the Axeman.
Yeah, Björn the Axeman.
Björn the Axeman.
Can you say the name please one more time?
Axlarbjörn.
Okay, can you say it now, Harry?
Axlebjörn.
Okay, yeah.
It's not bad. He's getting there.
See? You see, my Viking blood is
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
to
I can
wake
tell.
up here.
Your blue eyes are just shimmering all of a sudden.
I mean, I do feel that Iceland is...
Home.
But I feel like Iceland is where the low-energy Vikings just gave up their quest to go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
America. They're like,
Yeah.
Why venture further?
Oh, we
Yeah.
could be here. And the thing is as well, because it wasn't just that. They were all like unpopular in Norway. And, no one wanted them around. Like, they were cunts, and they were like, oh, fuck it. And so they all just went on a boat together and went to Iceland. Like, we've obviously created this magical story of, like, they found the island and blah, blah, blah.
oh, wow.
But in reality, there was,
So
like,
it
no
was
one could
just
stand them.
Finn the cunt.
Yeah.
And then they kicked them off Norway.
Yeah, basically.
But isn't that how we founded America too? Like all the weirdos.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's just like kick them out of England.
But actually, weirdly, it's the same thing for people from the island of Crete. If you ever meet a man from Crete that's left, it's because he fucked the wrong person. and it's like he slept with someone. The dad wants to kill him, and he had to leave. That's basically usually how it works. So maybe that explains.
Yeah, similar.
But
Kind of thing.
I love the rebranding though that Iceland had. Yeah, because there's a lot of that going on when you're in Reykjavik. It's just like this magical fucking history of it was found, and then I can't remember the guy's name that actually went to America.
Leifur Hafni.
Was that the guy?
Yeah, that was the guy that went to America, and he probably was in Greenland at some point as well.
Yeah, there is a bunch of different tours I think he's done, and he did it multiple times too, which to me is fucking wild when you look at the size of the boat that he had. It was it's not much larger than a fucking rowboat in the Lake Zurich. Just
If only they'd had podcasts back then, he would have done a podcast instead.
Yeah. And then he would have had the credit for finding America all the time. Like this whole time. But
it wouldn't be Columbus Day, that's for sure.
Exactly. There's no credit. Poor guy.
He got stolen that opportunity.
There's a lot of famous Icelandic people that have existed in the world. Because strangely, you guys have like such a strangely isolated place in the world, from my perspective at least.
Yeah. I think most people's it's...
Yeah.
we find it weird.
It's not like FM radio is quite a new invention, I believe. But like
2 years ago.
I know that you guys have exported the strangest, coolest bands that have ever come out of there, Icelandic bands. You must be one of the latest fresh comedians to come out of Iceland, because I've never met one. And then of course there's Bjorn. Bjorn, is she Icelandic?
Who I met? No.
Bjorn?
Björk.
Oh my god.
You fucking idiot.
I thought everyone was called Bjorn, okay?
I thought you were talking about that Icelandic guy who was at the gig last night, but then I remembered that wasn't his name, and I was like, well, is he famous?
It's a great troll. It just say, doesn't Bjorn come
just
from
make
Iceland?
Sure.
just make noises like, and this band Klusen. The last album was called.
Here's why I think Iceland needs huge respect for digital rights. Like, you did a lot for Assange and WikiLeaks and all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, there was some WikiLeaks business happening.
Yeah.
That was a business? I never knew that they made money.
They have some of the best protections for journalism, I think.
Yeah.
Except if it's about the own government, I guess.
Yeah, except if it's about Icelandic government. Then
and Christian, you know the whole financial history of Iceland, where they said, fuck it, we're not a bank anymore.
Well, that's only halfway through.
Yeah.
Because
that is a very long story.
So the way that you described it was there's a bunch of bankers that they put to prison, but they're now basically in a hotel, and they still have all the money.
They're out of jail like ages ago.
Oh, they're out already?
Yeah. They only got like a slap on the wrist and like a few months here and there.
Typical banker.
And they went to this countryside jail. They bought new mattresses, like, memory foam, proper stuff. And like flat screen TVs for all the rooms in jail. And then they, just left. And like all their money is still on offshore accounts. So they're not even broke.
Wow.
And people have this wild, like you say, because everyone like sees Iceland as this like far away, utopia thing. So all this bullshit just gets around. Like, oh yeah, they jailed all the bankers, and there was this weird post on that keeps it makes the round every December, every year, that in Iceland everyone gets a book on Christmas Day. And then everyone goes to their separate rooms and read their own book.
Really?
And everyone should. I don't know where this came from, but it's
what the?
It's not true.
No, it's nonsense.
Of course, it's not.
But it just makes
Everyone
the round.
Gets drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But if you could read a book and be forced for 24 hours to get off your phone and read, is there a book you'd go for?
I don't know.
Mine would be the Axel Bill serial killer from Iceland.
That'd
be my book. Axel Bork.
The Icelandic Unabomber, basically. They have a manifesto.
Iceland is ideal to create such rumors because no one's really been.
Yeah, exactly. There's no fact checking.
You have a bunch of guys that say like, "Oh, I did a summer in Iceland," but they actually never spoken to an Icelandic person.
Yeah.
They most likely spoke to some fucking tourist idiot that showed
and
them
they
Ring
did
Road.
all the tourist shit. Yeah. Exactly.
Saw a waterfall, a black
Yeah.
beach,
And
maybe a glacier.
That black beach thing I find hilarious because people come over, like they're in Reykjavik, and they're like, "Can you tell me where the black beach is?" All the beaches are black. It's a volcanic island. There's just this one beach that everyone's seen pictures of, and they want to go there, and
the one with the crashed airplane, right?
But they assumed they assumed you're probably just segregating the black beaches and
the white beaches.
Yeah.
That's our job, Harry. You're confusing.
I actually did go to the one white beach in Iceland.
There is a white one.
Yeah.
We made it. The sand was imported from Denmark.
It's the best.
And we pump hot water into it in summer, so we can get the beach experience.
You can actually go swimming.
Yeah.
Like you pump hot water into the sea.
Yep.
Wow.
Hot water is free in Iceland. That's also a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You're so close to the fucking volcano. The whole thing might explode any second.
So there's like the spring break effect on this white beach.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's basically like the whitest people on earth recreating Florida, you know.
Yeah.
On like a tiny little beach that fits maybe 100.
Yeah.
And looks cool for the first 10 minutes, then everyone's sunburned to fuck.
Yeah. The ambulance rolls in.
Okay, one last thing on Iceland. What's one tourist tip that people aren't going to know that they should know if they ever
I am
visit
so
Iceland?
bad at this because
or maybe a cool dive bar that you would go to
But is it because you hate your country?
that would be ruined by the millions
I
of
don't
podcasts?
hate it. I just hate giving tourists information.
You like them to be confused.
Yeah, I
so-
just want them confused. And I think that
Send them to the church.
yeah,
Hallgrímskirkja, it's up there. Just go fuck off.
there is one tip that I could give people just to save themselves some money, because I have run into loads of people in Iceland in May who have been sold a Northern Lights tour. And like under the like, you might not see the Northern Lights. And I was like, you will not.
Yeah.
No. And they, for some reason, like they get away with selling it to people. And then they're like, we're not out tonight.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow night, maybe.
It's like fox hunting. It's like, yeah, sorry. They were hiding
yeah.
behind
What is the
the
good,
South Pole.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's the good months for your Northern Lights?
Middle
Like-
of winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say like December, January, February, maybe.
Yeah.
Not May.
My one tip for Icelandic travelers now is like, where's the black beaches? And I'll send them to the only white beach in town. It's not black this time of year.
It's very nicely located in some form of industrial estate too.
Yeah.
There's nothing appealing about this
No.
place
No.
at all.
People are glowing for some reason.
But so can we get a bit into your comedy history
Sure, if you want to.
in a
Why you
biographical
gotta phrase it
sense of
like
way?
that?
Because I'm gonna
He's
ask
going
chronological
into, like-
questions because I'm old. I
He's
can't.
going into the interviewer
I'm
character
trying to,
now.
Yes,
Mm.
exactly. Well, this is as good
It's
as
Very
it gets.
British of him.
So
Yeah.
where did you have that first? When did you first have a realization you want to do comedy?
Me and a mate of mine back home had this mini TV series that
Wow.
was like a comedy. It's hard to explain to foreigners because I don't think this was a big thing anywhere else.
Hey, you're the foreigner here.
It's well, yeah, that's fair.
No, but actually,
there was-
made me feel like a foreigner. Carry on.
Okay, yeah.
In my
I mean, is there? Well, you're the only local. I guess.
I
yeah.
guess.
There was a thing. It was very big. It's called model fitness, and it's basically like the fitness, where people work out and then they put oil on themselves and they walk on stage and like do the muscle thing. It's that, but pretty girls do it, and they do like only, so they don't work out too much, so just get like tiny muscles, and then it's like a beauty pageant.
I
Go with
100% understand this show.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that hard to understand that show. at
So
all.
no, our show was we went and got triple amount of spray tan each, and then we put massive makeup on, and then we were just giving people tips on how to be at the gym and like eat ginger, and it was just like a moronic thing that like wouldn't have worked anywhere else, because I've come to realize that other people don't have model fitness. Like, it's not a thing in the world. But it was in Iceland. So yeah, we were doing that, and that kind of comedy stuff, you know.
So kind of sketch comedy.
Yeah.
Where did you, like, you said TV, was it actually on a TV station? Or
It was on a TV station that has gone under, like all things Icelandic do eventually.
Okay. But do you have the archives? Could we get this on YouTube and turn it into a
Yeah,
viral
yeah.
sensation?
I want to
I
see
mean, we
this.
could try. I have all the episodes on my laptop because I managed to trace them after the TV station went under. So I have them all on my laptop. We would just need to subtitle them.
We just need to, you find the right artists online who build a community around this thing. It's
Yeah.
going to be the biggest.
That's kind of what happened with it in Iceland. Like there was a cult following. Like it was weird. Yeah. And people still mention this to us because my mate who did it with me, she's an actress now
Wow.
and a writer, and she's going like to, you know, introduce her book and like read a chapter from her book, and people are like, "When are you gonna do more of that show?" Like it was years ago.
Yeah.
So like it's great. But then after doing all that kind of stuff, I kind of wanted to try stand up for a while.
Mhm.
So I like wrote a set, signed up for this open mic that existed at the time
In Reykjavik.
in Reykjavik, yeah. And I was very lucky because everyone on that night was shit. So I don't have that story of like, oh, my first gig was awful. Because like, I think people were just happy that someone had written actual jokes, you know? So it was like, yay, I'm amazing. Oh, I'm going to do this more.
And then all the other
Get
comedians.
immediately hired for other shows.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Immediately hated by all the other comedians. For,
Yeah.
which is
look at this woman
This woman, where is she coming from?
overtaking us.
I'm so warm. Why is it so warm in this country?
It's really a flash. It wasn't warm yesterday. It was
you-
moderate.
Are you warm now?
Yesterday, it was warm yesterday.
Are you suffering right now?
No, I'll live.
Okay.
I just
good.
wanted to
I
mention
can
it.
try and open up some more windows and doors.
No,
Is it me? Am I giving off a
It
little
is,
bit
no, it
too
is a
much
bit.
heat?
It is a bit sweaty.
It is you.
Can you feel
I
it?
didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be inappropriate and say it. But.
you walked off the train and that was the first thing that you said. It's like, it's fucking hot in this country. It's like,
What? Do my accent again? What was that?
it's fucking hot.
I sound Italian, like a gangster.
It was a very gangster move.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It's hot.
we were walking past two cops that were just harassing a bunch of women. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes.
At the train station.
Yes.
Predictable.
The first thing is, it's fucking hot.
What, the harassing of the women, or
Well, all of the
All-
above.
all the
it was
things.
kind of like a heated environment, I
Yes.
guess.
What kind? But how harassing? I need to know.
No, Harry, please.
Come on, you got to flesh out. You can't just throw
want
it.
details.
You
No,
police
they
harassment.
were. There was 4 women and 4 cops, and they went.
They
Yeah,
were having a heated discussion.
they were having a heated discussion. They didn't slap them with handcuffs just yet, but they went through their bags and through all the
Yeah.
gear on the ground.
What gear?
All the stuff they had in the handbags.
Or
They were mountain climbers, these women.
that kind of gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, they're racially profiling mountain climbers.
They
now.
would
That's-
never. I don't believe
That's
this.
a new thing in Switzerland.
These were not white
That's-
Swiss women that they were harassing.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that part.
Okay, fair
It was
enough.
definitely not the traditional.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Ah,
Wearing
yes.
the mammoth clothing.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
no, the Edelweiss shirt and that sort of bullshit.
Ugh.
So and from there, how long that was like what, like 8 years ago or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, probably 8 years ago. Well done. I didn't even know that. How did you know that?
I just
Did some math in your head.
Stalker.
I'm getting some serious stalker vibes here. Oh, this person is here. I know nothing about her.
honestly, I was.
He
at
looked
that,
you
I
up
was,
on WikiFeet.
I was at that
Oh my
show.
God. I am on there.
I
You are
happened,
on WikiFeet.
no, I happened to be. Yeah, seriously.
No.
That's with a get a tattoo. That's how to get. That's another viral strategy, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You get tattooed
Get into
for
some feet stuff.
WikiFeet. No, I just guessed because
What's with the feet thing? This is the second time that's come up since
Christian
I've been in
has
this
a
room.
foot thing, definitely.
Is
I
it-
absolutely don't.
Because that's
I
what
just find it funny. I
like-
find the idea funny that someone would do WikiFeet.
Yeah.
Are you kink shaming?
I feel
I'm
like
not gonna
feet
yuck
is
your
like-
yum.
I feel like feet is the one kink you can shame because it's
No.
so weird.
Why is it weird?
No, I can
I
explain.
mean,
I don't mean to be so defensive.
well, I mean, you were a bit defensive.
Can I quickly mansplain this?
Yeah,
Because
okay.
apparently it's a neural pathway for some people. They have a neural pathway from the foot that's very close to sexual pathways in your brain.
Yeah, but why do they want to jerk off on women's feet? Like
Because-
the woman's not getting anything from it. Why? It's
you-
the
why-
finding
you
feet
made-
sexy.
Wait, but
You made a mistake thinking it was about the women.
Oh, okay.
They're not doing it
Beat
for
me to
you. They're doing it because it makes them feel good. You see, that's
Yeah. That's how most sex
Sex
is.
works.
Yeah.
It's no different from
But
normal.
Wiki feet, that guy. I mean, that guy's an asshole because he's just stealing random women's feet. It's not done
You
with
don't get
permission.
paid for it, yeah.
I read this article about this woman whose feet ended on Wiki feet, and she was and she ended up having a long conversation with the dude, and he still didn't remove her feet.
of course not.
He apologized, but kept the feet up.
Fucking hell.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
I did
and
not-
It's a dude who's into feet.
That's, yeah.
The worst kind.
Yeah.
he's
Like, I'm
basi-
sorry.
I don't. Why are you apologizing to me?
And he's basically the Hitler of feet. He's
got
trying
no-
to get all the feet.
Yeah.
What did he get? 6 million? Sorry, 12?
I got no toe in this foot fight.
Now the maths were because
Yeah.
you said like 4 years ago you came to Scotland, and then 5
Yeah.
years ago you did this tour in Eastern Europe. So I thought there must
You
be.
did math.
And
He's
I
a very
guess-
smart man,
Wow.
Harry.
I guess like at least 3 years of comedy in Iceland before.
Yeah,
That's where he
yeah,
did
yeah.
a tour. Fucking hope
After
so.
the first go, yeah.
It's just
Off I went to Eastern Europe.
yeah, I did my first
Sell it.
mic
5 minutes on an open mic, and
my
then
first
I toured with 20.
in the
Follow me.
capital of comedy, Reykjavik,
Yes.
amongst a bunch of American tourists and some cunt from San Francisco.
Yep.
Some random cockroach, you know.
And,
Here and there, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you
The-
find actually is that a thing? Did you find that like Iceland set you up well for comedy, or it gave you false expectations like dealing with other crowds?
No, I think it was pretty, there was that thing of like them being too polite during comedy shows. But then you also did loads of these corporate gigs and stuff. And that's when people are drunk and they are heckling you. And like a drunk man will join you on stage and that kind of shit, So you get the best of both worlds.
It's a
I guess.
great environment.
Yeah, very healthy. Very healthy.
So
Uh,
I think it's a weird, like, I don't know, I'm thinking of Jim Jarmusch movies, although it's not Iceland. Of like, I just imagine this guy in a grey shirt getting up on stage in the middle of a comedy show. It's all right. This is
I don't know.
purely in my head.
What did Jim Jabusha?
Jim Jarmusch.
It's actually not even Iceland. It's
It's
Finland
Finland.
again.
Oh,
It's
God
a
damn
movie
it.
called-
That keeps stalking me here.
It's a movie called Night on Earth, and it's about taxi rides around the planet, and they end up in one in Iceland, in Finland.
Now I know why that guy said this thing about the charisma.
It's
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
I'm starting to
purely
get
Harry.
it too, yeah. Here's the plot of a movie I once saw.
I just drain everyone's.
Yeah, you just
Fuck.
tangent about something that's happened in your head at some point.
I just saw
that
the
close.
image because what I imagined is at this corporate gig, this guy getting up on stage, but instead of that being like a worrying, threatening situation, it's more just surreal and silly and kind of pathetic. Is that?
This is Iceland. They'll ferment his
Yeah.
balls.
Did you ever have? Do you have
Not
any?
locals. No, it's only foreigners.
Did you ever have any particularly bad situations with someone getting up on stage or funny? Or
No, like the most awkward one I've had was a toddler join me on stage.
What?
This was one of the weirdest gigs I've done. It was at the city. What is the fucking house called? The city building.
The town hall.
The town hall. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. It was in that. It was some kind of a special day celebration, something, and they had a few of us go on do comedy. And this toddler has been running about, and I'm on stage. It's not going great, because it's in fucking City Hall. And then the kid runs up on stage and just starts running around me. The mom then follows the kid up on stage, starts running around, chasing the kid. The kid is having like the greatest time of his life. And he's laughing and running. And eventually I'm like, okay. And I grab the kid and hand him to the mom. And as I hand the kid to her, I'm holding the mic like here. She goes accidentally into the mic. It was supposed to go into my ear. I'm so sorry, he's autistic. And that just went over like the whole sound system. And I was like,
but that's the greatest punchline ever.
yeah, it was just like, and everyone was so awkward. People were like, and I was like, anyway, my grandmother's vagina back on track here. Just, yeah.
That's a
Fucking hell.
I think that, and then I had a woman spew when I was on set once, and it was so because she started spewing, and she just didn't stop. You know, it got to a point where I was like, how much is in there? Because she was sitting. Did you ever go to Rosenberg?
Yes.
Yeah. It was there, and she was sitting close to the stage, so she was on a high bar stool, and like had this high table, and there's a guy sitting there with her. She starts spewing, like halfway through my set, and I go like, "Oh, there's a woman spewing here," and like the staff come over. They're trying to get her to come to the bathroom. She doesn't want to go, and she's like, "No." And the guy's just sitting there watching this unfold. And I'm like, are you on a date? And he was like, yeah. Okay. And then the staff like start cleaning it. And she just sits on the bar stool and she just keeps spewing. She just leans and goes, plop. And because of the height, the spew made such a noise landing.
Just a little splatter.
Yeah. And it got to one where like I couldn't continue the set. I just had to stop, and I was like, I think it's best we just let her finish. And then I just started talking to the staff. They were cleaning it up, and I was like, is it the chicken pasta? And they're like, yeah, it is. I still think about it because I kid you not, the amount of spew, like I've never seen so much vomit come out of one person.
Actually, we could introduce you to Carol, who's been on this podcast.
I knew you were gonna.
She's a Mexican comedy friend. She drank a little bit too much tequila,
Yeah.
and she spewed for 2 hours. It just went on, and she's not a big person.
Yeah.
It was really. Some
Had
people
she like overeaten before that, or
I don't know what.
No.
she just had normal dinner?
I think chicken pasta was mentioned.
Yeah.
At some
Yeah, it
point.
was a bit of
No,
a
in
stir
her
fry.
case, it was some tacos.
Chicken tacos.
Maybe some people, they have like a second stomach, like a cow.
Yeah, maybe.
Fuck.
They chew
Maybe
the cud.
women have a second stomach like cows.
That explains the link.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
what is this?
And nicotine.
This is the real Nordic stuff.
This is
Yeah.
This is tobacco-less nicotine. It's not the real stuff at all.
It's just like pure nicotine in a bag.
It's called Nordic
Yeah.
Sport
Nordic Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
It would be
There's no
great if it
sponsor or
would
anything.
be called sport.
What?
What we're talking about for
Wait.
those who are listening, it's snooze.
So it's
Yeah.
they've taken, because those used to be little sacks of tobacco, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just quit that to try and be healthy. So now I do this.
They call it Nordic Spirit because of all the monks, the Irish monks that got slaughtered, and then
They get packaged in tiny little. bags?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was going with. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's
that-
like I smoke American Spirit, which is like, the
All the
Indian
Indians
burial
that kill
graves
us.
of America. That's
Fucking
what I
hell.
smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
I smoke Parisienne, which is the bodies of French people.
The decapitated
Yeah.
ones. And
That would actually be great if all tobacco was named after someone who was
Wasn't
dead.
that the
Yeah.
rumor that Lucky Strike was named after the atomic bomb? But
Oh,
it's not quite
yeah.
true. Lucky Strike was around beforehand.
Yeah, because it's true. There has the
That's
circle.
a,
somewhere
yeah,
on
the red
packaging.
circle on white ground.
That
That would have been
explains,
a
yeah.
way better story though.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be very much in your face, like, owned, bitch.
Yeah.
That was a Lucky Strike. Thousands dead.
I wonder if they smoked that in Hiroshima.
Oh, fuck.
Oh god. So now you're doing. Do you do mostly comedy in Edinburgh now? Like that's your
Yeah.
home base.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it? Are you still? You're focusing purely on stand-up, or you want to branch out into, I don't know, get back into the sketch comedy, or
Fall back on your modeling career.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
my failed modeling career. No, I don't know. It's mostly stand up at the moment.
okay.
I'm gonna do a fringe show, which is doing something different because it's gonna be more storytelling, like
Mhm.
a comedy storytelling kind of thing. So not like necessarily punchlines,
Yeah.
but like it's a funny story kind of thing.
We don't relate to any of these things here.
No,
No.
I've never
Yeah,
heard of
no
it.
one has stories. That's the
Not on
problem.
this podcast.
Or punchlines.
Well, or
Yeah,
punchlines. What's the punchline?
We often have a segment on the show called the worst joke of the day.
Okay.
So if at
Or
any
kind of
point
like street jokes or something.
this is the talking over comedian part, Harry, once again, charismaless and talking over everyone.
I was adding
you
value.
fucking
I wasn't
shut up?
talking about I was adding value,
I'm trying to do a segment here,
because I
buddy.
smelt your. Okay, carry on.
You smelled my what?
Your description was weak, so I.
No, it wasn't. It was. We have the worst joke of the day segment, and if you
Okay.
happen to think of one while we're busy talking, while Harry's talking at you, mansplaining fucking foot fetish, let us know.
I will.
Carry on.
Okay. It's an angry podcast as well. It's,
Harry, you
Right.
should start drinking again.
Have you also stopped drinking? Is this like an epidemic in Switzerland that people are just
No.
off the booze?
no, I stopped drinking about 12 hours ago, and
Okay.
and we'll resume again shortly.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
No, but
I like
no,
how
we
the,
used to drink more on the podcast, and by the end of the podcast, it was revealing too much. and-
Yeah, exactly. And you have to
Got
edit it.
Carnage.
Loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just released it anyway.
it's
But
just
Yeah.
a slurpy slur from Harry.
Yeah, I had that a bit as well.
He
I
could start.
guess-
He could speak Icelandic by the end of the podcast.
all right, let's get into some Swiss bashing. What apart
Okay.
from the heat, what else has annoyed you getting to Switzerland? Has there been anything that's irritating, frustrating?
Just how much money everyone has.
Annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Fucking
what the hell?
Ferraris.
And like, why are they buying all these cars for the money?
Why?
Like,
Yeah.
why are they not going on holiday? And
Go to Iceland.
yeah,
There's black beaches and white ones.
exactly. And
Mm.
one white one.
Yeah. And go in May when you can see the
Northern Lights, yeah.
It's horrible. Those cars
Uh,
are rental, by the way.
All of them.
Yeah, they're just like people from Schwammerdingen fucking trying to show off and get laid.
but how does it, when you see all this wealth around, how does it affect you? Is it more like, do you have that twinge of jealousy, or you just like,
I think it's just because it's reminding me of Iceland in 2007
ah,
before it all went wrong.
What happened?
So maybe it just makes me a bit nervous. There was a financial crisis.
Oh, he's too young. He doesn't
2008.
remember.
It was
Listen,
the-
hold up. I know who Bjork is. Okay, I can know about
But you
the
do
financial
now.
crisis.
You didn't 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it was crazy because the exact same thing happened to Ireland.
Yeah, yeah.
There was nothing, and then there was heaps of money in like a decade.
Yeah, yeah.
For 10 years, it was just party time.
Potatoes.
Yeah, Iceland was the same. Just
Yeah,
like
just
massive.
fucking nuts. And then
Not even potatoes. Like they were making fries from the potatoes.
Whoa,
and stuff,
cream
like,
cheese and
cheese.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Exactly.
Fucking hell.
all the way fries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
great.
they had the money for it.
Mm.
To buy all the
Fantastic.
oil
The
and
oil,
stuff.
yeah.
For the
you know?
oil, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That came from Iceland. This is why they also.
Yeah.
Whale blubber.
Mhm.
Well, blubber.
Mhm. That's what was my nickname in high school.
Whale blubber.
and then back to Switzerland. Anything that you've particularly appreciated about Switzerland? Please, let's go.
The cheese.
The cheese. You went straight to cheese.
Yeah.
How?
I'm gonna fill my suitcase with cheese and smuggle it back. When does this
Ah.
air? Like not
No,
before I go.
no. You're
Just-
already at home.
Okay, that's good because I'm gonna try and because now with Brexit, I don't think I'm allowed to take the cheese in.
Oh,
What? Why has Brexit got something to do with it?
I think like
Oh,
I'll
'cause
have
you're
to
going
pay
back to
customs of
Edinburgh,
it and
sorry.
shit. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna try and smuggle it.
I had the most middle class
Interesting.
conversation at one of the cheese stores where I live, and because of Brexit, they ran out of Stilton, and this was explained to me with the following words: "I'm so sorry, sir. We do not have Stilton at the moment because of Brexit. I know it's a tragedy."
I mean, I agree.
Mm.
You know that you've got a
Yes.
thing against Stilton.
I love Stilton.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this is why the lady said she was very nice. She was like, "It's a tragedy that we don't have Stilton, you middle class twat."
Yeah, I've got a theory that the shape of cheese is going to change now that you can't just take it in your travel luggage to England.
What do you mean?
Like, because like you couldn't take meats back in the day. This is why salami's that shape. You can, in the right cavity.
Up the bum.
But
No
where are you
babies.
going to put a cheese wheel? I don't think that's fitting anywhere.
It's going to be like earlobe shape, so you can just stuff it in there.
Oh,
No, we need like massive amount of cheese, Harry.
I can fit a lot
How
in
big
my-
are your earlobes that you're going to stick a whole fucking tub of cheese in
How
there?
big is your ass if you're gonna stick a hole? Like you mean in the thick salamis?
depends what you're
Or
up
do
to.
you mean like?
It depends on the value of the black market. That side
yeah,
in
yeah,
England.
well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a progression. You work up to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start small.
You
and then
you start with those
doing-
party sticks, and then you land up. With
Yeah. By the end of it, you're bringing the huge ones.
You're like, I need bigger salamis.
And
Like,
then you're
Yeah.
gonna go experimental and bring the ones with truffle in it.
with some spice, chili spice.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
Good times, good times.
yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah, the cheese was surprising for you. The selection in the supermarket. What did you think?
Yeah, it was surprising. Like Iceland is not known for cheeses, and Scotland is also not known for cheeses.
No,
I think.
not really. I think
No.
there's 2 colors of cheddar. I think.
Yeah, and you can buy like the exact same cheddar, but you can choose if you want it to be yellow or orange.
The orange cheddar is some bullshit.
It's just
not a-
dyed. Like that's all it is. I don't get it.
it's actually red Leicester. There's a cheese called
Yeah,
red
yeah.
Leicester.
They have that one. Yeah, that one is orange naturally.
Oh, okay.
But then you can buy the cheddar.
That's
the
also
shredded
colored.
cheddar that it has been colored orange.
So we can call Harry 2 cheeses from now on.
Is that my rap name?
Two
cheeses.
cheeses. One's dyed and one's just the natural color.
Okay.
Yeah, you're 2 tones right there.
Thank you.
2 tones, 2 cheeses.
Yes.
What did you think about the Swiss audience so far? You had a great week with a huge amount of success.
Yeah. Oh my God, the numbers that I have brought in to the
It's
shows have been
fucking
Unbelievable.
spectacular.
I think it was like 14 the first show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about the same
I don't-
yesterday.
But you can't.
Yeah.
It's really bad luck with the season. It's like weather,
Let's blame it on that. Yeah.
and everyone's discovered.
Go
them.
back and everyone was like, "How was Switzerland?" I was like, "Oh, the weather was too good."
We need
So-
misery.
No one came to the show
No, because of the weather.
because of the weather.
I mean, you joke about it, but there's one sunny day here and people will smile. And I'm like, oh, that shocks me. You know?
Yeah, it shocks me too because I don't smile when it's this warm.
No, you
Just
get
miserable.
upset.
I'm fucking drenched through this
This
shirt.
is weird. Maybe it's all the tobacco you've been sucking on.
Ugh.
I was loving the crowd on Monday. We played in Bern, and it was one of the weirdest crowds that would never go with anything.
Yeah.
So you might have a laugh, and then the next joke they just completely ignore you. It's
Yeah,
like you
kept-
start from zero
Yeah.
every single time.
We had the American stand-up show in Bern last night, and the similarly weird crowd. Like at the beginning, Amit goes, "Swiss people, make some noise," and then later on, I had a joke. It's like, "Remind me again, Swiss people, give me a little whoop." Less people made noise,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, "Oh, it seems like some Swiss people died between me getting up on stage to start the show." Bern is really weird. There's like this weird, I don't know what it is though. Entitlement mixed with shyness, mixed with a bunch of other stuff.
It would be great if it were entitlement. That city has never been entitled to anything, to be perfectly honest. We gave them politicians.
Okay.
Thing was though, there was a lot of expats and like
Yeah.
it was
In
very
bo-
50-50.
Yeah. It was
In both of
quite,
them, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think maybe in Zurich, I think the expats are feeling more entitled now. Like maybe in Bern, they still feel like they need to behave because if they laugh too much, a Swiss
They
person
get evicted.
First
Might
person might get
punish
angry.
them more. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. In Zurich, there is more there's more English vibes now in the streets too. Like you hear
Yeah,
people
okay,
speak
yeah.
English when.
Yeah, that we call them Auslanders. That's like the word for foreigner.
Outsiders.
Yeah, is there like a word for that in Iceland? Like something you call the general type of foreigner?
Yeah, no, it would just be útlendingur, which is a foreigner.
The
So-
same,
same
actually
sounding.
literal
Yeah,
translation.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got the same sounding resonance of racism. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's,
What
yeah.
kind of cheese are you? The yellow one or the dyed one? Get out. Go to the white beach. You sound South African, actually.
Yeah, you can relate to that.
I can. Strangely. We never had cheese there, though.
No,
Only the rich kids.
just racism.
Just racism.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
want,
at
some,
least
do you
we
want
were-
some racism on your bread?
We'd accept all colors of cheese, but fucking be black or white, Jesus.
You can't ferment racism.
True that.
Yeah, well, you can bottle it though.
Bottled How do you bottle racism?
It's called
Have you
black
seen what
label.
vodka does?
What?
Yeah, just drink enough vodka and you can create a racist right then and
Oh,
there.
that's homophobic. This explains Russians, you know.
Yeah,
You don't have a Russian boyfriend or something, right?
I do, but
You do a Russian boyfriend?
we
Yeah.
don't talk about him.
Okay,
No.
good.
No.
Just
Yeah.
checking.
Vasily is working in Ukraine right now.
thank you for coming up with a name because I was stuck there. I was like, his name is Gorbachev.
You were good.
Can't think. Of,
You were gonna say Bjork.
yeah. His name is Bjork. Everyone's name is Bjork.
Vasily the Hacksman.
Yeah, he's on a special mission right
Oh
now.
my god.
I feel like we're inventing Icelandic prejudice here. Like there are people that, of the three people that watch this, they're going to come out with knowledge of Iceland that
Yeah, no.
they're going to use to humiliate someone.
I've learned a bunch of stuff. I learned that you could see the northern lights in Iceland.
Yep, and Iceland is not Greenland.
Yeah, there's no ice in Iceland
Yeah.
except for the glaciers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's only one
Great.
serial killer,
Well,
and
yeah.
it's Bjork, not Bjorn.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Mhm. I've learned a lot.
True,
Actually.
yeah.
That sound like there might have been a hint of another serial killer.
There was, but like, how many do you have to kill to be a serial killer?
I think more than 2.
Yeah.
Is that
okay,
true?
then Probably
I don't know.
Isn't serial like 3?
I would think because like 3
Yeah,
is a
3 is
group.
a crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because if it's 2, then you're just like a
It's like
couple
mom, dad,
killer.
you know, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
a couple.
But you also have to spread it out over time. You can't just do all 3 at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because then all school shooters would be technically serial killers too.
yeah.
They just labeled as
Have you,
There's a difference between mass murder and serial killer.
I'm very concerned about the branding of murder. I think
Yeah.
it's important, you know. Like, what are you aspiring
I agree.
to?
Yeah.
Are you going on a shooting spree or on a series
There was
of
a
kills?
There was an
Mhm.
article the other day saying, why don't we name serial killers like derogatory terms, like the tiny penis killer, instead of, you know,
Yeah.
thunderous thundercat killer. You know?
I've seen that documentary. It was good.
Mm-hmm. I made it up.
Actually, I mean, we should probably ask you more about Scotland, but have there ever been any mass shootings in Iceland?
What?
No.
You'll kill the whole population.
Yeah. No, there was the first shooting by the police happened a few years ago.
Shit,
Wow.
the
First.
For
the one black
3,
man
4
arrived in.
No, it was an insane person.
Even
How do you
better.
feel now? Huh?
I don't feel racist, that's for sure. I don't feel racist like those cops.
Yeah.
So they just came and put them down.
Yeah, well, he had a gun on his balcony. He was shooting everywhere, and it was a whole thing. So they ended up having to shoot him. That was the first time anyone was killed by the police with a gun.
Wow.
But there have been like shooting, like there was a. This was like in the 70s. There were 2 French girls in Iceland traveling, and a madman shot one of them. He just like followed them around and shot them. So that's
Seems
fun.
Like fairly,
that's a lot of fun.
That's,
it seems like a fairly sane response to.
to the French. I mean, I would agree with that because I am not a fan of the French.
Really?
Do you know what fucking happened? Because
Whoa.
I did not know.
Watch your French,
Oh,
please.
sorry. Did you know what freaking happened?
kidding.
What blooming happened? I arrived in where was the
Basel Airport.
Yep. Where was the thing?
Wherever it was, yeah.
I got out of the airport, jumped on a bus, said to the bus driver, "Oh, I need to get here. Like, can I get to?" And he was like, "You're in France right now." And I was like, "How the fuck did I manage that?" Because I'm a nervous flyer, so I take Xanax and I drink a lot of booze as well. So for a split second, I was like, "Holy shit! I have boarded the wrong plane." And like,
I'm in a country I hate.
yeah. And then I went back into the airport, and there was a woman there, and she looked at me and she was like, "Are you looking for Switzerland too?" And I was like, "I am." And she's like, "Follow me, come on."
And then you went down a dark
and then I
alley.
went, yeah.
into Switzerland.
And then I was in Switzerland. Insane.
It is tricky, actually. And you can get screwed by the railway stations as well, because they have weirdly similar. There's a French, a German, and a Swiss railway station in Basel. In fact,
Jesus fucking hell, Harry.
you could get
You did it
lost
Every
again.
time.
between.
Every time.
Tell us about the film again.
But it's about this little boy. He lives a long time.
Shut the fuck up.
One of the Basel
I
stations.
thought it was about taxis.
He spends he just grows up 20 years in Basel station. And,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then
And he
he's-
has no idea if he's Swiss, German, or France.
Yeah, just living.
Then
off-
he invents LSD to deal with the pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a film I'd watch.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Do you have any things to plug, Bylgja?
No, my
oh,
friend's
wait.
show maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Where do people find you in general? Like, what's your favorite social thing?
I'm very bad at all of them, but I am on all of them.
Okay.
Badly, though.
Which one are you least bad at, where people would actually get updates occasionally?
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's your handle?
It's Babýlons.
Okay, we'll link to.
Down one of those lines.
Underscore.
We'll
Underscore, thank
we'll
you.
put
Yeah.
it in the show notes. And,
You're getting good at the sign language.
Just point at it.
Just, yeah. Babylon underscore.
There we
Yep.
go.
I know my own
Okay.
handle. That's fine. I'm an adult.
I can handle my handle.
Yes.
and you said a show, a friend show, or what?
Yeah,
a
I'm doing
fringe show
a fringe show.
in Edinburgh.
Yes.
What pictures the show? What's happening? What's it called?
So the show is called Once Upon a Time in Iceland
Nice.
because I spent 4 days trying to come up with a title for this fucking thing, and that was the best one I could come up with.
That's a
It's-
fucking great name.
It's all right.
It's like Once Upon a Time in the West. Is it Once Upon
Yeah.
a Time in Iceland?
It's about, so in 1810, this Scottish guy went to Iceland with a group of his, mates, lad mates. They go to explore. They just brought a few tents, and then he wrote a book about their trip there, and they hated it. Like every second of it. And he's describing Icelandic women as the most disgusting looking hags he has ever seen. And then he saw some younger women, and he was like, "Well, they could maybe pass in England, I guess." And
Wow.
there are so many beautiful quotes in this book.
Wow.
So the show is going to be about that kind of thing,
For
like
that-
this good time in Iceland in the 1800s, basically. That
That's
scurvy.
hilarious.
It's about scurvy. So, I mean,
You should get this sponsored by the Tourist Board of Iceland as well. That would be
oh yeah, I should
the
actually check.
pitch on the
They
show.
really
I'm-
try hard to promote Iceland. I've noticed.
I'm right now working on a sponsorship. I emailed them yesterday. Iceland, the grocery shop that's in the UK.
Yeah.
Emailed them yesterday. I was like, I think it would be hilarious if you sponsored this. Got a reply this morning from Kevin or Keith. No, Kieran, who works in customer service with Iceland. He was like, we here at customer service think that would be hilarious. We have forwarded this to the, advertisement people, and
Nice.
they'll be in touch.
Wow.
So that would be amazing. It would be just the Iceland logo on all the posters.
Yes.
It's fucking
Just-
funny.
Really
Extra
hilarious.
added comedy.
And
Mm.
Iceland is it's like below Denner in Switzerland.
yeah,
It's like
it's-
the worst supermarket.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
Sorry,
scum.
I'm
Yeah.
ruining
It's-
the sponsorship.
it's-
here.
No,
It's
but
the greatest supermarket.
It's so great. You can buy such good frozen food.
Come and get your fermented balls
Actually,
Yeah.
in Iceland.
They used to sell these crates of 24 beers that had 1% in them. It was special beer from Iceland. Me and a friend, we tried to get drunk on this once and almost ended in hospital from fluid.
Overhydration. Yeah.
Overhydration.
Iceland, the country, is actually there is still a lawsuit going on because they sued Iceland, the supermarket,
Wow.
and wanted them
Real-
to change their name,
How dare
which
you.
is also part of why this will be even funnier.
To get sued by a whole country.
Yeah.
That's
It's still happening.
it's also the British attitude of just going, nah,
yeah.
it's
It's a bit-
ours now.
It's a bit like St. Paul sending a letter to the Romans. Like, you've been sued by the entire nation of Iceland. That's okay.
You did it again.
Once again,
It was
Harry.
funny in my head.
it's great.
The Christian
That's-
should have
it's great.
reacted to that, but he just sucked
Gonna
the
ex-
energy back out of it.
Gonna
All
explain the jokes. Fringe show. You're gonna be doing the Fringe show from August 5th, right?
I was trying to remember. It's only for 5 days. No, it's the 4th till the 8th.
From the 4th until the 8th.
Yeah.
She added 4 on her
Is that,
fingers.
is that close to the Edinburgh
No, it
Fringe?
didn't.
Like,
It's just
You were
it's just
looking
when
at
it
feet
starts.
on your
just when
phone.
it's out. Oh, okay. That's the tip. So the tip is you go to the Edinburgh Fringe, check out B's show. This is going to be it's
Absolutely.
right at
Yeah.
the start.
It'll be
Once
something.
Once upon a time in Iceland. Cool. Anything else to
Fantastic.
plug?
From my side, no, nothing. Absolutely
Cool.
nothing.
Harry?
I got to plug the Comedy Clinic. 5th of June, we're starting a new show within your face. It's going to be a funny show. You bring your problems, comedians solve your problems for you. So
Probably-
what could be better than that?
Probably land up giving you more problems, right?
Probably.
Most likely.
But new problems gives you something new to worry
Something
about.
fresh.
It's
Something
probably
fresh.
gonna be problem.
Hmm.
PTSD.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up, guys. B, did you manage to think of the worst joke of the day thing?
No, I
Do-
don't.
or any street joke, something that from a pub or the shittiest joke that you can
An
think of.
Icelandic street joke.
Like
I
a
don't-
man.
no,
Why
I
are
completely
people-
forgot about it after you said it
A
earlier.
polar
Oh, thanks for
bear.
listening.
You're welcome. No, we don't have any polar bear jokes, I think.
It's
don't
not like
think.
an Icelandic person walks into a bar or something.
That
No.
happens on a regular basis, though.
That's true. That's
yeah,
like
that's like a daily.
it's a
We'll just be like, oh, okay, and then
and then carry on
did
with
you
your
go
life.
home?
Did he get home safe?
Yeah.
You know? I think we just invented the bad
Without-
joke
Yeah,
of the
I
day.
think
Yeah.
we
Sleeping
did.
with his cousin by mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean that, but
We
that's
didn't-
not a joke.
And then he beat.
Just
That's dead
some
serious.
people have had bad. I have not just, but I have mates who have.
accidentally.
Fuck their
Yeah.
cousin.
How
It wasn't like a cousin. It was like
The
The-
second cousin.
the grandmas were sisters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we just opened a small look. How do they handle this in Iceland? Like, do you people really pay
It's
attention?
not illegal or anything.
Fermented balls. That's where.
But what I mean, Ancestry.com.
I have to send you some balls. You're
Please,
really
I would love
stuck
this,
on that. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I'll send you some.
Ancestry.com must have been a very shocking revelation to Iceland. Or
We already had our own version of it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
you
You're
could go
already
to the
keeping track.
directory and find someone. It was called
Yeah.
Tinder.
It's called Íslendingabók. You can go on there and put your name, and you can see like your family tree and stuff. But the issue with that is that not everyone has been throughout the history of Iceland like correctly fathered.
Ah.
So
A
a
bit
lot
of-
of the time I was like, it's my husband's kid.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Again, it was Björn, the cunt.
It was
Yeah.
Björn.
Fucking
Yep.
Björn.
Björn had all these fucking
That
kids.
sneaky guy getting in there and producing
Just-
more gingers
Yep.
and then murdering them
Cool.
with axes.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for coming onto podcast.
Yeah,
B.
thank you.
It was an absolute
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me.
It's a lot of fun.
See you all. Bye.
Very good.